What is up, Need for Speed racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. We're here today with the 1965 Ford Mustang S-Class drift car. SlideQT brought this to me, and he's like, dude, this thing is nuts when you get it sideways. You really should learn to drift, man. And I'm like, no, but I'll definitely showcase it. Give me a lap time. And so he's been riding it for a few days. We've been testing a lot of other cars, and so he's only got one actual piece of gameplay footage for me, but it's good enough that I had no problem showing it to you. And this is an exciting enough car for you guys that like the drift builds. This is one you want to put into your garage for sure. So let me bring it to you, compliments of Slide, and then I will go over at the end of the build all the reasons it is not a good grip car. Because believe me guys, I tried. Let's dig into it. For the engine that you are running in Slide's build, it is the 4.7 liter V8, 200 brake horsepower when you start. We've tried multiple engines on this, and the only other one that's viable is the 5.0 liter V8. You can get a little more horsepower right there, 40 more, but you're losing about 120 foot-pounds of torque, and it's not worth it, you guys, not even close. Slide says it's a big deal to have that torque, and I believe the man. For the parts, you're running Elite Platinum across the board, so it is Elite Platinum Induction, Elite Platinum ECU, Elite Platinum Fuel System, Elite Platinum Exhaust, and then Elite Platinum Screw Supercharger. With the roots, you can rev tech a little higher the way it bounces, but the screw is better for the down low. That's what Slide says you need, so I buy into it 100%. He runs Sport Bronze Nitrous because he says he doesn't need a bottle when you're sideways. For the suspension, he is running Elite Platinum Road Suspension, Iron Basic Brakes, Elite Platinum Drift Tires. Okay, I said it. It's tough. Iron Basic Clutch, and then the Super Gold 7-speed transmission, Elite Platinum differential. Auxiliary is Nitrous Drift, Nitrous Grip, and that's how we micro drift, but he's sideways the whole time, so it's pretty much just drift on drift. For the handling, he runs at 60% drift to the right. Steering sensitivity, I run 2 clicks high. You guys do whatever you like. He runs it right in the middle. Some cases, on this build, I think he was all the way high. He's a bonkers man. He does it wild, but I'm going to put it back to where I had it so I can try to control this car a little bit. Downforce, he runs it all the way low. He says that you don't want any downforce, helps it slide, and it helps it get to that top end, and it'll do it in the drift configuration. Traction control off, drift entry is brake tap. That is going to give you SlideQT edition, Ford Mustang 1965, 209 with the top speed. It'll do like 213, 214 with rev tech, but you rarely do that. 1126 on the horsepower and 1082 on the torque. There's a lot of different ways you guys can build this car. Now that Slide's version of this car is out of the way, let me show you in all the little quirks and features of the way this can be built. You go back in, grab that, and if you put that as a 6-speed, you knock 23 points right out of the car. 5-speed and the 4-speed, you don't get nearly as much to play with, but for some reason the 6-speed just gimps it a bunch. And so now you've got all these points to play with. And I was like, okay. 6-speed grip build, let's go. So I put on the grip tires. And I was like, okay, I'm happy with this. Wow, we still have a lot of points to play with. Let me go run the handling back up. Wow, we still have a lot of points to play with. Let's give it some downforce. Wow, okay. What else can we do? Well, we can go Elite Bottle. Alright, now we've got an Elite Bottle enough. Okay. I don't really care for the clutch because I run manual, so it's like, shit, we can put Elite Platinum brakes. So guys, if you want to do a grip build, you can give yourself Elite Platinum brakes at this stage, or you can give yourself a Sport Bronze clutch. And if you do give yourself the clutch, you need to go back into the handling, and actually, you can't do it with that. There it is, 55% grip. I think you can do it with 58%. But really, guys, This is not a grip car. With that parts configuration, it says it'll do 190. With the screw, it doesn't redline tech nearly as good. I was trying it. So if you are going to build it with the roots. It's going to redline tech and bounce a little better. It'll do about 195, 196. I tried it with the 7-speed and the grip configuration. You have to pull so much power out of it that it just doesn't hang. So the better version of this for us normal non-drifty boys was the 6-speed, kind of the configuration you see it now. So that's going to be the drift build and the grip build kind of in a nutshell there, you guys. There's a lot of different things you can do. That transmission's funny. It really is. The other engine, I didn't like it as much. It doesn't have the same power, whatever. One other little caveat, guys, and you can see here because I definitely tested it. You can put the single turbo in and just take out the clutch or take down the nitrous just a little bit. It says it does 195. But it bounces off the rev limiter at 190. So you still have to rev tech it all the way up to 195, 197. Well, if the roots will rev tech to the same place, don't trade the torque. With the roots, you're 1082. With the single turbo, you're 963. So it's really not worth it. You get a little more horsepower, but you really can't use it because you still have to rev tech. And so honestly, guys, like, it's really 6 in one, half dozen on the other. It's really same. So I would default to the more horsepower, or excuse me, the more torque, a little less horsepower. And if you don't want to rev tech it at all, just throw in the screw and just have all the low end and go zoom. It's pretty rowdy, you guys, like, real talk, too rowdy. For me, I didn't run the clutch. When I was doing my testing, I was running the Elite Platinum brakes and just being happy. And when you got the Elite Platinum brakes in there, you can actually run 60% grip. And then you can run the downforce pretty low, all the way low, right there. So that's all the little things you can do. Guys, build it to your own tastes and specs. If you want to try a grip build, let me know. I'm going to show you slides, drift, right after this. It'll be the first thing. And then I've also got one race of me trying to grip the car. It's nothing special. It's just me making mistakes on fishhook, but it is a clean run, so to speak. So, didn't crash anyway. Guys, that's going to do it for me. This video is a little off-center for me because I really wanted to bring you two different builds, and I just am not going to stand behind the grip. It's too wild. It's kind of like driving the Volvo. Those of you guys that have built the Volvo to S know what I'm talking about. But it's a good drift car. Guys, go build it for drift. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Get high tonight. Alright, this is a tricky track. It's got a couple of pretty tricky corners, but our man Slide makes it look easy. It's really fun to see the different lines that he takes and some of the skill that it gets put into that. The record that we have on this track is currently a 146, set by Hex. And so let's see how our boy Slide does here. I already know, but you guys don't, so it'll be cool to see. Launches in 5th, uses all of the boost and everything he can get to just get up to speed. He's kind of got to mess with traffic a little bit. He said that kind of threw him off because he wasn't able to set up his slide, so where his drift for that corner. But now that he's kind of past everybody, he's able to really stretch his legs and get it going. You'll see him doing the S turns to build up his boost. Going here, as soon as he slides through the checkpoint, he points and shoots. So he kind of cancels his drift with boost and then points out of the corner. It's a pretty cool strategy. I like the way he's setting this stuff up. You'll see him doing little S's right there, left and right, building that boost bar coming into this. He'll point and then shoot. Almost gets airborne, but keeps the front tires on the ground, so that way he's able to keep traction. Really cool. Such different lines than a grip, but overall very fast still. He's definitely on pace for a pretty good time. Looks like he's about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds slower than what a record pace would be for our crew. He's using his boost, using his NOS down the hill as fast as he can. He doesn't worry about the gas station because he's an alpha male. Who needs NOS, I guess? I don't know. Not Slide. Traffic is pretty nuts there, so he does a really good job of avoiding it. Uses that boost to go up the hill. Cuts a good line through the trees. Stays on the tarmac with the landing, allowing him to get the max acceleration out of there, and then cap that 3-bar to go down the straightaway. He's got one corner left before the final straight. Slides it through there, uses his boost to boost a straight line, and basically cancel the drift. So he drifts in and then like straight line grips out. Very good strategy there. You guys might work on that. That seems to be a very optimal line. Using his boost, using his NOS. 335, 336 with that rev tech. That's pretty fast. He's doing every bit of 210 right there, you guys. That is going to be a 150 on Get High Tonight. That's a very fast time. Not record breaking, but it gives you an idea of what you can do if you're running clean. He started from the back of the pack. He missed some NOS. I mean, if he gets a clean run, I think he could probably take the record, honestly. Guys, thank you so much for watching. That's going to do it for the drift portion of the video. Let me show you my struggle bus with a grip build. Alright, here's my version of fishhook. This is nothing special. This was a run that I got while I was doing my testing, and it was good enough that I can at least show you what you're getting into. This is the 6-speed transmission build with the elite bottle of NOS and brakes. So that's cool, right? Launching fourth, we wait till the car settles and then we start to get into the nitrous. We use all of our NOS, all of our boost to try to get up to speed, just clicking through the gears, making the most of what we can here. Now, I'm trying to rev tech. I had my sound off because I was actually on the phone while I was shooting all this. So you'll see me make a tremendous mistake coming up here and go off the track. Trying to do the grip turns, get it going. Now you'll see with that supercharger configuration, like I was telling you guys, it just sits there and it wants to bounce. But it'll rev tech up, no problem. So here we go. You'll see 195 a handful of times, just easy rev tech, not a big deal. Ooh, almost 200. But I was looking at the speedo, not at the track, and that's why we went off there. So we're just getting back on track, trying to get back up to speed. You'll see me micro drift in right there. Just trying to stay out of trouble, using my boost to get up to speed. The car doesn't want to loop out on me too much here, but it's really easy for it to just all of a sudden take off and start drifting on me without my consent. So it'll take advantage of you guys. Now, with RevTech, like I said, you guys, it's not hard to rev match here. Like 197, 198, 199, come on. Like, it's fast, guys. This car's got the legs, but it really is a hard one to drive. And it's kind of sluggish at the low end. Like right there, that little bobble. Right there again, that bobble. It'll come around on you when you don't want it to. It's just a little unpredictable. Kind of like what the Volvo is. So overall, like, I kind of undersold it, I guess you could say. But I don't want anybody building this and thinking they're going to be competitive in it right out of the gate. Like, you'll probably have to learn the car and get pretty comfortable in it for it to be something you're going to be able to go fast in. But overall, it's not bad. Coming down here, I'm trying to build up some boost so that way I can use it coming out of the next hairpin corner. But as it sets, I'm just going to try to use it to get up to speed. So here we go. I'll start building again right here. This is the corner I wanted to save it for, but it's alright. We got at least 2 bars. Use that to accelerate. We'll get a little bit of a grip turn, so I thought. But it doesn't give it to us because, you know, cool things. So we're able to get 2 bars there. Back up to speed. I'm going to try to rev tech it to 200. It never, ever gets there, but I do hit 199 for a little bit. So that's cool. The car's got some speed. It'll do what you need if you've got the rev tech. But honestly, guys, it's a tough one at grip. That is not a fishhook time. That is not even close. Like, Slide made some mistakes, and he was a few seconds off. I made some mistakes, and I'm like 10 seconds off. So that'll give you an idea where we stand. Overall, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.